Hi, welcome to Watcher DM. I'm Gabriel, and today I'm continuing my series on the Tome of World Building by Matt Finch of Mythmere Games. Today we are going to tackle Chapter 10, Cities and Settlements, one of the sections of the book I have been really excited to get into, although we've touched on it in previous segments when I was kind of going through certain regions, kind of fleshing some things out, but we're going to dig in this time and really try and get the juice by generating a few cities and settlements based on what's going on here. So we're just going to use the tables from this book and see what we can generate, come up with a few ideas, see where the strengths and weaknesses of this book are so that you can use it at your own table in the right way. You're not surprised by what it gives you or what it doesn't give you. So to start with, we start with a castle, because apparently all cities and settlements have castles, I guess. And then you get cities and towns next. So and then I guess down here we're gonna have odd behaviors, locations in a city, events in a city. Oh man, this has got a lot going on. Cultural changes in a city. Let's kind of give it a high level. Okay. So it's a pretty long chapter, but it doesn't seem like it goes into too much. And unlike other chapters, it doesn't start with any read aloud kind of telling you what is going on, right? So we're just going to have to make a castle and just hope for the best. Rolling a D100 to start. 76. 76 gives us a Mott and Bailey with no keep. So we'll go 76, Mott and Bailey. No keep. And then let's see, it doesn't say here anything about unusual. So it doesn't seem like this has unusual castle and manor stuff in it. But we could roll on an unusual. We got a 9. So let's see what this is. A castle where the only entrance is underground through caverns or even underground water channels that might require a boat. Ooh, that reminds me of Philippe the Mouse in Ladyhawke, where he's escaping from jail at the beginning, and he's like swimming through the canals underneath the city. Pretty awesome stuff. We got some values in here like built of bones, built into a cliff face, crashed vehicle. Love me a flying vehicle that has crashed. Glass dome. Irregular like a coral formation is pretty cool. Okay. Well, let's keep our Mott and Bailey no keep for now. The list below is useful for people in a castle. The list below is useful because it gives a picture of the castle as a self-contained community, which as fortresses they tend to be. Even if your campaign isn't based in the medieval period and your castle is actually a pagoda or a clay brick hill fortress in a Mesopotamian style game, these same jobs are likely to exist, just with different names. Okay. We'll just roll up some do not roll separately. So it doesn't actually seem like, I guess this is just to roll. This might be really useful actually for like random NPC, right? 28 gives us a blacksmith classic. Regular tasks such as shoeing horses, etc. 85, keeper of the wardrobe, responsible for the important clothes and in charge of laundresses and one or more tailors. 14 is armorer, pretty much a blacksmith. How many of these people swing hammers? Gardener. Gardeners were not just employed to keep vegetable and herb gardens, they were also involved in maintaining earthworks and keeping the physical surroundings of the castle ready to defend against sieges. Interesting. Let's give one more roll. As soon as we hit a duplicate. Castellan or constable, the person ultimately responsible for the functioning of the castle, the boss man. 85. We got the keeper of the wardrobe, so we got a duplicate. All right. Those are some interesting results. I'm not going to write those down. Those don't seem super useful. And I think if that's what we get for castle, I'm not super impressed. I think the sandbox generator's got a better castle tables than that, if I'm being 100% honest. So shout out to Atelier Clandestine for making an amazing product that I would probably use over that. That didn't seem super useful. Not every paper's going to be an A, so no shade on Matt Finch. It's a huge book. Like, you can't have, not everything can be amazing and perfect. But that section I'd probably redo. Cities and towns. So many of these tables also appear in the Tome of Adventure Design. So okay, these are duplicates from the Tome of Adventure Design. They're also similar to tables for cultural quirks of cultures and countries, but these are generally more local in nature than the higher level quirk tables. So the pride of the town, this is a sort of thing like, our town is the cleanest in all the land. Okay, so we might actually add this to our castle because it's a Mott and Bailey with no keep. So I think it's similar to a town. Okay, they're super. So let's actually, we'll just put it here. 97. Proudest. What is it? Pride of the town. Wine. Easy. Unusual domestic animals used. Let's roll it. 94. Rhinoceros. Ooh. Domesticated rhinoceros. Can I spell this? I don't know how to spell. Did anybody tell them that I don't know how to spell? I can't read. Domesticated rhinoceros. This was 94. For labor animals. That's pretty wild. Can I? Excuse me. All right. Odd customs of dress. I think I rolled these before, actually. To whom it applies and mode of dress. Let's bounce this and get 2 dice out. Bye-bye. 3, 62. So 3, all women. 3, all women. And 62, I guess where? 62, overlong sleeves or no sleeves. I kind of like decorative long sleeves. Long decorative sleeves that hang on the ground. I think a lenya is an Irish shirt or blouse that has like long sleeves. I think that's right. I might be wrong. This is from back in my days as a Renaissance Festival nerd. Lenya. Nope. Shirt. I'm gonna have to find it. Long. Yeah, it's not gonna. I can't. You say long sleeves, it's gonna be like, oh, lots of things have long sleeves. I'm like, that's not what I mean. Longer than that. Make it longer than that. All right, whatever. Odd customs of dress continued. I don't think that's that interesting. Let's move on to odd behaviors. Can we behave oddly? 68. Tap self when agreeing. I think I've gotten that one before. 97. Wiggle earlobes or nose with fingers. All right. Sure. Why not? 97. Wiggles earlobes or nose with fingers. Unusual cultural center of gravity. What do we get for this? 29. Focused on the community rather than the individual. People live for the benefit of the community. This might appear fascistic or communist, depending on how it operates. Oh, interesting. Fascistisch. Maybe our nasty little dwarves are being weird little fascist nerds. 29. Oh, 20, 29. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Let's get this up here. Boop, boop, boop. Cool. Interesting streets. D100 table. Let's see what we get. Connected balconies from building to building create 2 walkway streets on the sides of the road. Connected balconies from building to building. I see. Bridges might also span the road from balcony to balcony. Interesting. That's kind of cool. And let's look at city districts. See what we get here. 30. Merchants Quarter. 63. Temple District, an area dominated by temples and housing of priests. Okay. 62. Got Temple District again. Okay. Yeah. I don't know about that. Open areas, locations in a city. 19. We got Executions Plaza and Stocks. That's where we punish people. 87. Specific market type. So it's mercantile and law. Seems like it's kind of the main public park or garden. That's cool. 34. Graveyard. Love me a graveyard. What do people die? How do they get punished? They die. Some of them are in law enforcement. Businesses. We got D100 businesses table here. This looks actually pretty good. Let's give it a roll. 87. The Tanner. Smells like piss outside town walls. Yep. Yeah, it is. 62. Locksmith. Interesting. 46. We got a general merchandise. Okay. 11. Attorney. A civil attorney. In medieval Europe, a civil attorney? Yeah. I'm not saying it's medieval Europe. I'm just saying everything else feels like it's medieval Europe. That's a really weird thing to... I guess if everybody's law enforcement. 33. Cheese merchant. Everybody gotta have cheese. 99. It's 99 on this. Wine merchant. Finally, our proud boy. We're most proud of our wine. And our wine merchant. Casnivius. The best. Civic buildings. Let's see what we got. 44. A hospital. 66. An orphanage. It's sick people and children all the way down. I don't know where their parents are. All right. Religious areas. 53. Rich temple. 32. Monastery. I guess, what do you expect from religious stuff, right? Hermitage outside town wall. It's kind of cool. That's interesting that Hermitage is outside town walls. You'd actually, yeah. I think a hermitage can be pretty close to an estate, actually, per the meaning of the word, but that's interesting. Latest news, possibly untrue. Let's roll some rumors real quick and see what we get. Foreigners are being rounded up and questioned by the city guard for unknown reasons. Look at that, law enforcement doing weird shit. A war between nearby nobles outside the city has just broken out. 12. A major religious festival is being prepared. I like that. 71. Religious zealotry is reaching the point of violence and inquisition at some temple or other religious authority. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, they could get into some of this stuff. This seems fine. Citywide faction wars. 90. Temple against powerful merchants. Or powerful merchant. Interesting. Merchant against merchant. Classic. And merchant against merchant. All right, we duplicated. Got a whole table for prisons. Prisoners kept in an iron cage in a city street, a village market square, or a casual courtyard, or a castle courtyard. Interesting. Just keep them in cages outside. 98. Windowless cell with locked door in high tower, unguarded. 92. Walled enclosure houses several prisoners. Prisoners are chained to each other, but not otherwise closely watched. They are probably counted every once in a while, but whether that's hourly, daily, or weekly depends on the prison. Okay. Cultural changes in a city. Let's roll this up. See what we got. 1. Okay. A fashion in behavior or dress becomes prevalent. Perhaps a particular type of fur is a must-have. Biting a dwarf and surviving is a status symbol. Biting a dwarf and surviving is a status symbol. Owning a pet jaguar is spiritually enlightening, etc. Okay, I dig that. But a fad. It's a fad. I love it. All right. You notice I didn't write any of those down. I don't think I will use this section of this book. I don't actually think cities and settlements section here is going to be for me. There's some fun stuff in here. I might roll this at the table. Actually, I was more interested in what I was seeing over here on the sides. There's some really interesting stuff in here. The goddess of wild magic and measurement. Like rulers and chaos. I don't know. That's great. Negotiations between laborers and the guild leadership. War of the unquiet magics. What is the war of the unquiet magics? So like the magics that all have to be shouted. I don't know. You should stay hydrated. I should stay hydrated. But I think that's it for chapter 10. If you like these videos, you should hit the like button. If you want to see more of them, you should subscribe. And if you want to be notified, you should hit the bell icon. If you want to see early versions of these or like get them a week early, go to patreon.com/watcherdm, sign up any paid tier. You'll get daily posts from me where I am exploring being a writer and becoming a writer by writing 100-word minimum room descriptions by hand in a fancy little notebook where I draw the map, do all the things. It's handwritten. It's done every day, so it's not like super polished or anything, but it's what I'm doing. You can also see my daily art practice, which is mostly gesture studies, a very, very brief, like 2-minute sketches. And I'd love to see you over there. If you want to hang out, you can hang out in my Discord as well. Also, if you want to support Watcher DM in other ways, we have lots of products that we've made, like lots of books, adventure books. Our newest one, Private as a Little Hell, is dank. It's really good. So you should check that out if you like adventures. It's for 5e. It's high level. We've got a lot of stuff on the horizon. So some new stuff coming for Shadowdark, and some new stuff coming for Cairn, and some new stuff coming for other systems that aren't even out yet. So we're coming out with Blood Prairie coming soon. Quest Crawl is getting a revision. So we are continuing to make games and have a lot of fun, and we do it because we love it, and apparently because you guys love it too. So thanks for the support and for hanging out and loving what we do, and I will see you in the next one.